Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what is your higher self's current advice to you. And to do this reading we will be picking out 4 piles together. I see the first one popping up already, as well as the second. So what is your higher self's current advice to you? Right. So today's messages are apparently very ready. So for pile number 1 we have the crescent waxing fire moon. For pile number 2 we have the disseminating waning air moon. For pile number 3, we have the crescent waxing water moon. And for pile number 4, we have the balsamic waning water moon. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. For pile number 1, we have the cherry quartz. For pile number 2, we have the amazonite. For pile number 3, we have the sodalite. And for, there we go. For pile number 4, we have the yellow aventurine. So take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to several piles or all of the piles, always trust your intuition, because your intuition will guide you to the right readings. Whether you know that's just the one, or you know that these are several ones, or that today you feel like you're drawn to all of them. Your intuition will always lead you to the messages you're supposed to hear, as you always do. This is your magic, so always trust it and follow it. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to the card shuffling and picking process. I always love spending this time with you and making sure that I involve your energies during this time. I feel like it's really important. And also, if you're interested in any of the decks that I use, I always say I leave them down in the description box. On the left are the oracle cards that we will be using, and on the right are the tarot cards that we will be using for this reading. All right, so let's get to it. So today's intention for this reading, whether it is with this deck that I'm using or any deck that I use, we want to know, what is your higher self's current advice to you? Thank you so much. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Moving on to our next oracle deck. There we go. Oh. What is their higher self's current advice to them, please? What is their higher self's current advice to them? Okay. Moving on to our next oracle deck. What is their higher self's current advice to them, please? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lovely. Okay, now moving on to our tarot decks. All right, so this is the first tarot deck that we will be using for this specific reading. And so let's ask, what is their higher selves' current advice to them, please? We'll be taking 2 tarot decks for each of the piles. We'll be doing the same with all the tarot decks as well. So 2, 2, 2, and I see that this is our 2. Okay. Moving on to the next deck. Okay, so 1 and 2, 1 and 2. One and 2, 1 and 2. Lovely. All right. Moving on to the next deck. Again, we'll be taking 2 cards for each of the 4 piles. What is their higher selves' advice to them, please? Okay, so 2. What is their higher selves' advice, please? What is their higher selves' current advice? So 2 and 2. All right, moving on to our last deck. What is their higher selves' current advice, please? Oh, okay. Well, these are definitely messages for you. For the people watching the preparation piles, you have the High Priestess and the Page of Wands. I'm getting a message here of secrecy and movement. Do you see that? I see your higher self telling you, move in secrecy. Not that it's about not telling everyone, because what you're doing should be secret. Although it could be for a lot of you, take it how it resonates in your specific situation. But I'm seeing your higher self advising you to move in secrecy, because perhaps your higher self wants you to learn to love what you're doing and to be or goal-oriented, to move towards your goal and to not tell anyone until you're done, because you're at a phase. You see how this water pond here is very fragile. It could crack. So I see that you're at a time where things may crack. And so moving in secrecy, slowly, is really going to help you win the race, or slow and steady moves the race. It's going to help you reach your goals efficiently. It's really about the flooring here. And it's not a time for you to tell anyone, but to rather focus on moving forward for you, and to do the right thing for you. This way you are motivated, you are not affected or influenced by anyone, and you're able to channel for yourself what's right and what's wrong at this stage of your life without being affected by outside discouragement or outside opinions. So this could be a message for a lot of you for one thing in your life or the other. Okay, so going back to our piles. What is your higher self's current advice to you? What is your higher self's current advice to you? Thank you. There we go. So our 4 piles are now ready. Let's start putting them neatly together. Let's take the first pile. There we go. With the cherry quartz. Pile number 2. Is now ready. There we go. With the Amazonite. Pile number 3. Ooh. Is ready with the Sodalite. And pile number 4 is now ready. With the yellow Aventurine. There we go. Our 4 piles are now ready. Wishing you all the best of luck. May you get the answers that you're seeking in today's reading. And I'll catch you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your cards and find out what is your higher self's current advice to you. All right, so we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards first. Let's see what you have, pile number 1. So you have inner journey. How interesting. We see a spiral going round and round. It kind of reminds me of irrigation. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You have see other people as they are. And you can see here in the card, she took off, or this figure took off their colored glasses, right? Their pink colored glasses. So on the other side, it says, when you see other people as they are without taking it personally, you can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it's okay. They are lying to you because they are afraid you will discover that they are not perfect. I really feel here with the inner journey and this message, your higher self is really speaking about your connections with others and how that is paying back or taxing on you. Perhaps you are dealing with a certain person these days who, with the impulse, I'm getting the idea of being triggered. Maybe you're dealing with someone who is triggering you these days in specific, this special person. Maybe they are a toxic person, and I feel like they've been constantly triggering you. Yeah, for sure. With this waxing fire moon, I feel like emotions are at all-time high, and yeah, it's taking a toll on you, pile number 1. What I'm seeing here is that your higher self is saying that do understand that just as these people are acting the way they are acting is not coming from a place of power, and that's where the rose-colored glasses are taken off. Do understand that it is coming from a weak place and not coming from a strong place. And so here we're seeing the idea of not taking other people's weaknesses or journey, what they have to deal with, and deal with it on our own. I feel like I did not explain what I wanted to say or articulate what I wanted to say properly. I want to say is they have their own issues, and that's why they do all these things that could perhaps be triggering you at the moment. And so I see your higher self telling you not to take their weaknesses as your own and start dealing with their illnesses. I see your higher self telling you, first of all, the first advice here is to see them as they are, to understand that they're coming from a weak place. All these triggers that they keep doing is coming from a weakness, is coming from a place where they are personally triggered. So don't copy these triggers, don't take them in. Do realize that they're not okay. When you deal with them, stay calm and knowing that they're not okay. They have their own healing journey to deal with. And do know, with the irrigation here and with the when dealing with people, if you're triggered back, they get what they want, which would encourage them again to keep doing what they're doing. And it's a cycle that doesn't stop. It only stops when you stop reacting to these triggers. We feel them, we feel things, but how we respond is totally a different thing. I heard a psychologist speaking 2 days ago saying that we do not respond or react to other people's behaviors. We have to understand that we always react to our emotions. And so we can initially feel a trigger, but we do have to realize that this is an emotion that we've experienced coming from years of building a habit of feeling a certain way, perhaps because of a past trauma. And once we realize that, we are in control now. And once we feel the trigger, to calm down and push it away, to understand that the person who's dealing with us is triggered in order to be behaving in this way. And so to not take in that trigger, you stop the cycle that they keep getting their points, the rewards, their serotonin hit. Once you stop responding to these triggers, you take away their power or their thought power or their fake power. And they can no longer hit you with it. You stay calm, you take your time to react and respond calmly, and you take away their power. I really feel that this is your journey, your message here from your higher self to grow out of this stage that has been cycling for a while. Pile number 1. Okay, so you have under my umbrella. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. I'm sure we'll find out more information about that as we take a look at your cards, but I am noticing a lot of emotions with all the pinks and reds, right, in your reading. So much emotions going on with the rain and the pinks these days, and that's what your higher self is here to talk to you about. Pile number 1. So you have the 9 of Wands here, and it's a very interesting 9 of Wands, right? You do see 9 of Wands talking about standing up for yourself, being confident, protecting what is rightfully yours. It also talks about setting clear boundaries. And we do see here someone wearing a mask. While they are doing the right thing, internally, you may not be feeling all that well these days. Perhaps you're dealing with someone who's extra annoying or extra triggered, and in return triggering you these days. So let's take a look at the rest and find out more. You have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, I can really see this person is annoying you. Can you see that with the 5 of Cups? And it's an interesting Five of Cups, isn't it? We usually see the Five of Cups in the form of someone who feels alone, left out in the cold, perhaps doesn't feels lost, is looking at the spilled cups, not looking at the cups that are there. But we really see an annoying Five of Cups here. And so you're really focused with this person on how annoying they are to your ears. You find them to be nagging. You find them trying to grab and attract your attention constantly, and it's really taking a toll on you. Right, really interesting reading, and let's take a look at what your higher self has to say about it. Pile number 1, you have the 8 of Wands here. We really see this person that's currently making you feel down will help you grow exponentially. And perhaps this is why you clicked on your reading today with a message from your higher self. I really see with this specific 8 of Wands, your higher self telling you it might be really annoying now, but do know that this is one of the key people, pile number 1, that will be contributing to the growth and empowerment of your journey in coming clear to who you're supposed to be and your higher self. Very interesting reading, pile number 1. You have the 10 of Wands, and with the 10 of Wands, we really see that you're carrying a heavy load with this person. But again, the 10 suggests and explains that that's the end of this tough cycle. That is one of the last, not one of the last, the last person that you will meet who you will feel this way in dealing with them. This person has come to your life to end this cycle once and for all. Will you be meeting people like this person later on? Yes, you will, and perhaps a lot, but it won't matter anymore, because with this person, you're shielding yourself, you're growing, and you're learning how to deal with yourself first and with these types of people surrounding you. You'll feel higher, larger than this type of energy in the future, and you will know how to deal with it calmly. They will no longer be able to trigger you. You will be in control. And with this irrigation, I kind of feel like learning how to deal with this person will be integral to starting your journey, your spiritual journey. Something is waiting to begin in your spiritual journey once you learn how to deal with these types of people. And something very important with the irrigation, it's like irrigating a whole land with one movement. So yes, learning how to deal with this person will really help you move forward exponentially in your spiritual journey. Perhaps you'll later, as an example that I have in my mind, you'll have a team of people working. You'll be a great leader one day. And learning how to deal with these types of people now will help you lead huge teams later. Not everyone will be in the same, within the same spiritual growth as you. Yeah? So you have to learn to deal with all sorts of people, including, unfortunately, these toxic people. But you have to learn to deal with them without them having that kind of effect on you. These people, they have this type of effect on everyone. But the more we grow spiritually, the more we heal, the more we know how to stop these triggers and be in control of our reactions, not to give them the rewards they want, the more we become stronger and we are back in control of ourselves and our lives. Pile number 1. So you have the 9 of Swords. Do have a loyal friend here. Isn't that so sweet? It's like, I really feel with this 9 of Swords, your higher self saying, it is really hard. It's stressing you out. I feel for you too, pile number 1. it's really taking a toll on you. But with this beautiful, loyal, sweet dog, I feel your higher self telling you, you are really not alone in this journey. You are really loved. You are so protected. You have no idea. And soon you will find comfort and loyal and beautiful people to spend time with or to work with, whatever the environment is here. You have the Hermit. Okay. You have the Five of Swords, and what an interesting Five of Swords. Right? And you have the Page of Cups. So with this Page of Cups, I really do feel that your higher self is telling you to take care of you first, to fill your own cup. And that's coming here obviously as very significant. Now, this makes me understand that you're a very empathetic person. Yeah, you're a wonderful empathetic person. To have these rose-colored glasses and to have this Page of Cups, you must be such a sweet, loving person, an empathetic person who feels for others. It's not really easy for you to hit someone back, to annoy someone. It's not in your nature, pile number one. And so it's really taxing you to put on that facade of being stern and firm and equally annoying to some toxic people. It is taking a toll on you. So with that, I see your higher self telling you to fill your cup first, to take care of you first. Meaning that sometimes you may feel sorry for other people. You may feel bad in treating them a certain way. But do realize that these people haven't healed. And you have to take care of you first. Because the minute you are nicer, you put these rose-colored glasses back on, which is your nature, these people will start doing whatever they do again. So I see your higher self with the Page of Cups and the Five of Swords here, telling you to, your higher self telling you to not let your guard down. Especially with the Nine of Wands, pile number one. Do not let your guard down. No matter how much they adjust their attitude, now you know that they are toxic people by nature. It isn't, just like it's not your nature to treat people this way, it is not in their nature yet to treat people kindly and to learn, right? So we have to reach a balance here where you are out of your comfort zone a little bit in order to keep them out of their comfort zone a little bit, in order to keep respect and a strong boundary. You release it a little bit and they'll start releasing it too. So at all times, keep a firm face. No, not faces. Face is not what I want to say. The reason I said that is because of the mask. But what I want to say is keep a stern attitude or a firm attitude, graceful as you are, but graceful as you are, but protecting yourself by being firm with setting your boundaries. Under my umbrella here, keep yourself protected at all times through two ways. First, as much as you can with the Hermit, try to avoid them and not be around the same space so that their toxicity does not tax your energy. That's one. Number two, as we said, do not start going back to your comfort zone and start being nicer again, because it's misconception that they have learned their lesson and that they will not go back to doing the same behavior. Yeah, and so here with the Nine of Swords, we're seeing the message of you can feel the trigger, yeah, but at the same time, know that you stop this flow of toxicity, that you protect yourself by not giving the reaction that they want. Pile number one. With that here, we really see that you will grow exponentially. Know that they will always be the way they are, unless They start embarking on their own inner journey. It's their own journey. But as long as they are who they are now, keep the sternness. Don't go back to your comfort zone with them. And be comfortable in not being that nice with them. Be comfortable with being firm, pile number 1. And take care of you first. Meaning, if you're going to do something kind and they're going to take it for granted, then take care of you first, not them. If you feel sorry for them, but know that they're going to use it against you, then choose you first. And so on. Always choose you first with someone who is willing to use whatever chance they get to get to you, pile number 1. That's what I see your higher self telling you. This is your end of this journey. That's the last person you will encounter of that type that will trigger you. And from now on, you're going to grow exponentially because of this person. Keep this advice in mind. Do not react. Keep calm no matter what they do. Remember that they're doing it because that's how they feel. They are feeling triggered, pile number 1. All the best of luck. May you always flourish, pile number 1. That was your reading. So happy for your inner journey and your spiritual growth. Looking forward to you becoming even better version of yourself. Becoming closer to your higher self. That was your reading, pile number 1. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. Pile number 1, this book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away after you finish that book. Honestly, all while enjoying that process. And if you're interested in that, this book truly holds true to its promise. You'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also now an audiobook. If you enjoy audiobooks like me, I'm sure you'll love it. And pile number 1, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. Take care of you, and I'll catch you in your next reading. Beautiful soul. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your higher self's advice to you, current advice to you. So you've chosen the disseminating waning air moon with reputation. Interesting that you get reputation with the Amazonite. I feel like something is maybe clearing your reputation. Who knows? Let's see what this is about. I'm not sure yet. All right, so let's take a look at your oracle cards. First, you have the art of seduction. Okay. You have everyone lives in their own dream. On the other side, it says, all people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. Quite interesting. All right. So far, I feel this has to do with people. Art of seduction, everyone lives in their own, and reputation. Let's see. You also have sacred space. Right. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, and what an Ace of Pentacles. Amazing dragon. Okay. You have the 10 of Pentacles, and that's a rather interesting 10 of Pentacles. We do see someone at the bottom of this table here. Something is going on, right? Let's see. You also have the Star. Wow, what a Star card. You see that this person is holding her star in her own hand. Isn't this amazing? Shining bright. Okay, it's like this is where the star was, and now she's holding it in her own hands. Right. So you have the Empress. Isn't it interesting to have the star and the Empress right next to each other? That's big energy there. The dragon, the star, the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles, the art of seduction. What's going on? Pile number 2, who are you? You have the High Priestess. My goodness, okay. Big energies here. That's why you have reputation, you know what I mean? You seem to be someone who is maybe famous, highly thought of, someone who has a power, someone who is knowledgeable. Who are you, pile number 2? Wow. Right? You have the 9 of Wands. You have the Page of Wands. And you have the Devil card. Okay, so what is going on here? What I'm really seeing here, pile number 2, with reputation, the star, the Empress, the High Priestess, like I mentioned, I'm clearly seeing your higher self telling you that you are meant for stardom. You're meant to be very famous and wealthy in your lifetime, pile number 2. Also, what I'm seeing with the Ace of Pentacles is that you haven't started that yet. Most of you are either just beginning or considering it, but haven't really started. I'm seeing some fears and worries, because you do see here hell, perhaps with the devil here. I'm seeing the fear of the retribution that comes from success, fame, and finances. I see a lot of worries here. And I really see your higher self advising you to just begin the journey. Why? Your higher self is telling you here, pile number 2, with the dragon presented in the Ace of Pentacles, that you know how when we sometimes stand on the outside watching something, thinking it's absolutely scary. As an example of that is learning how to drive in the beginning. Once you, the first time you start picking up the wheels and moving that car, you're really afraid. All sorts of scenarios come in your head. I'm gonna hit someone, they're gonna hit me, I'm gonna get into a big accident. And you start getting huge worries that may not be all that realistic, really. Because if that was the case, people would be getting into accidents every single day, right? It wouldn't be a safe mode of transportation for most of us to use. If these fears were really true, do accidents happen sometimes? Yes, of course they do. But is it enough reason for us not to ride the bus, to take our cars, to ride a cab, or even ride our bicycle, right? No, it's not that dangerous once we first get the hang out of it. Second, obey the rules meticulously and well, which we learn to do unconsciously the more we follow the rules, right? The more we learn how to ride our bikes safely, how to wait for the bus safely, how to cross the road safely, and so on. The more we do it unconsciously, and the more we avoid these sort of things. So, and then later on, we realize it wasn't so scary riding the bus after all, on our own when we were younger, right? It wasn't so scary taking the plane. It wasn't so scary riding our own cars, and so on. The examples are endless. So we see here your higher self telling you that this is a fear that will be healed once you jump into it. You know, there are so many fears that we need to heal before we get into something, to like triggers, for example, and so many things. But with your situation, pile number 2, I see your higher self advising you to get into that road, to summon up your courage with the 9 of Wands, to show that confidence and strength of yours, and to begin with the Page of Wands on that journey. It is not as scary as you think it is. Most of the things you fear will happen are an illusion. In fact, with everyone lives in their own dream, I see that most of the things, just like when we learn how to drive, most of the things you're worried about when it comes to people and fame and finances, the shadows you're worried about, the instability, how it could all fall, are really a little bit exaggerated, because most people, even the ones who won't like you, are worried about their own lives and worried about so many other people. Do huge things happen to people sometimes? Yes, like for example, again with the example that's going on these days or last month with the Johnny Depp case. Yes, there's this one person who can marry someone who's perhaps allegedly a gold digger, perhaps allegedly, and might really put them into trouble and ruin their reputation. Does it happen? Yes, it does. But taking that example, Johnny Depp's reputation is now back full length, right? Everyone can see and everyone loves them. So my point here is that these are all really fears, and it seems like it's not going to happen to you in your lifetime, pile number 2. And the reason I say that is that you have the sacred space. We see that you're sacredly protected, especially with the High Priestess here. You're a very knowledgeable person, or one way or the other, you're really going to provide people with something really valuable. And with the art of seduction, I really see your higher self telling you, pile number 2, is that you will really be loved and admired. That in itself as well is going to be some sort of protection for you. So we see you sacredly protected by people who really love you and love what you do and love what you present. And that most of the fears that you may have at the moment aren't really realistic. Once you step with the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands into that journey, most of these fears will dissipate. You know how when we sometimes watch a game as we go to the amusement park and we feel like, oh, I would never ride that. And then once you're pushed to do it or you just do it, you feel scared, and then once you go through it, you feel, oh my God, that was so much fun. Hey, I can do that. And then you do it again and again, and then you start encouraging other people and telling them, listen, I was afraid too. Just try it. You're gonna love it. It's not as scary as it seems to be. So that's the kind of energy that I'm getting in your reading, pile number 2, with your higher self telling you really you're protected, you're loved, and you'll find yourself to be stronger and more confident than you think, because it's in you and it's time to let it out. It's time for you to shine, because like I said, pile number 2, you are meant to shine in this lifetime. You're meant to stand out and to show something, give something valuable to your community or to the world, perhaps. You're meant to have a huge addition, and you're meant to be very wealthy, financially stable, pile number 2. What an exciting life. I'm so happy for you. And with the Amazonite coming in conjunction with reputation, I really see from the very beginning, remember when I told you, what is this? Clear reputation? Because the Amazonite is all about clearing the air, clearing the environment. So you'll always have a clear, beautiful, bright reputation. People will love you for what you do. And it's really unrealistic fears that are holding you back at this point. And so your higher self's advice is to really summon up your courage. Stand on your ground, start doing this, And once you start, you'll realize, hey, it wasn't as scary as I thought I was. I'm much stronger than I thought. Oh, I can really do this. I believe in me. I believe in this journey. It's not scary at all. I can start bringing my wisdom or my value out. I mean, not my value, the value that I want to add to the world out. I can do that now, and it's not as scary anymore. That's clearly your message here. It couldn't have been any clearer, pile number 2. And that, with the devil card, these fears are an illusion that are keeping you stuck for no reason. There is no retribution. Most often than not, these are really unrealistic fears that are not going to happen to you. You're really protected, and you will see once you step into that journey. Pile number 2. That is your advice from your higher self at the moment. With that said, we do see the creativity of the Empress here. You see how this Empress is veiled. This High Priestess is veiled. Showing that you have a lot of knowledge, or you have a lot of things. You see how this person's shining from their head. Your head is highlighted in this reading. Do you see? Unbelievable. From different decks, different times. What a coincidence. We really see that you have a lot of information, a lot of value waiting to come out, and it's time to open that veil, unleash that veil, and bring out your creativity and your knowledge. So this is a time of stepping into the beginning of your road to unleash your creativity and see how you're going to bring out your knowledge, your service in a creative way. And notice here, pile number 2, you have a lot of rabbits in your road, showing again the idea that this road, this path will lead to a lot of wealth. Pile number 2. I'm really wishing you all the best of luck with that. May you always be famous, adding value to the world, wealthy and happy, most importantly, protected. Pile number 2. So pile number 2, that was your reading. Wishing you all the best of luck. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell so that you're notified right away when I publish a reading for you. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 2. This book can really help you out with this journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this process. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this book. This book holds true to its promise, and if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook now for it. And pile number 2, it was such a pleasure. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Sodalite as well as the Crescent Waxing Water Moon. So you have instinct here. With the Sodalite is all about rational thinking and also intuitive intelligence. So with instinct and Sodalite, we're starting to get the idea that maybe you're advised to follow your intuition or something, or maybe not. We'll take a look at the rest of your cards to see what your higher self's advice is currently. Pile number 3, to get more information. So you have home in the sky. Instantly, I kind of feel with home in the sky, for some reason, higher self. I don't know, maybe you're growing into your higher self or something. Let's see the rest. Okay, we'll keep this here. You also have psychic development. Okay, now that is uncanny. That is really uncanny. Intuition, instinct, psychic development, the sky. What is your higher self talking about here. You have practice makes the master. Pile number 3, I think your reading is going to be super, uber interesting. By doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. Taking things personally and making assumptions and will become weaker and less frequent with time. I love this message. Let's keep it here. This is going to be a deep, deep reading. I can tell already. You have the Queen of Cups. Do you see how this Queen of Cups is holding the cup with so much care, making sure it doesn't spill anything? Such care with her cup, right? Cup is emotion, could be speaking about intuition here, right? So perhaps dealing with the things, with these intuitive feelings or the signs very carefully. They're not here haphazardly, they're here for a reason. Maybe the events that are happening in your life are there for a reason. Let's see, we'll find out. Ooh, so you have the 6 of Swords here. What a nice 6 of Swords. We kind of feel, we usually get the idea that the 6 of Swords is moving slowly to clearer waters. In your case, I see with the air balloon that you're moving quickly, rather quickly, from an unfavorable position that could have been very dangerous because of your thoughts or intuition. Yeah, that's the Sodalite. I know this is going to be an interesting reading. But the picture is still not clear for me. Let's find out more. You have the 7 of Wands. You have the Magician. Whoa. Okay. All things that have to do with the sky here. Okay. I'm getting the idea that you're growing into your higher self these days. You're coming closer and closer to that version of you. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, slowly and surely you're coming closer to your higher self. Pile number 3. Oh, wow. I have an idea, but I don't want to say it until I'm sure. You have the 9 of Cups. Okay, now I'm sure. I wanted to say that in this lifetime, pile number 3, you will be reaching the higher version of yourself, your higher self. Congratulations, you are going to be making it in this lifetime. And I feel like here, you're getting so close. Pile number 3. Wow. I almost want to ask you, what are you doing? But good job. You have the 8 of Wands, right? Remember when I told you the 6 of Wands is like moving slowly, but it's not moving slowly. You're actually moving quickly. I feel this dichotomy of energy, of slow but quick at the same time. So we have quick energy here, a quick energy that is supposed to be slow, and slow energy with the Knight of Pentacles. We'll find out why this dichotomy is here. Ooh, and you have the Tower card. I almost feel like your higher self is here and you're nearly there. It's like a path that you're taking. You're nearly there. Pile number 3. So, what is your higher self's advice? Sorry, pile number 3, I had to charge the camera, but it was actually a good thing because it really gave me time to ponder your reading. It's really new energy here for you, especially that I can clearly see. You're coming closer to your higher self, pile number 3. I feel like home in the sky here. Your spirit guides are very excited. They are rooting for you. It's your final stage. Practice makes the master. You're entering a new phase at the moment of your life. Consider it the final stage. It's opening up for you. It's a stage, pile number 3, where whatever happens in the world, it's not going to matter to you anymore. It's not going to have a great effect on you any longer. Do you see where the tower is? It's far from where this person is. It's like with the 9 of Cups and this specific tower, the 8 of Wands, I feel like you're vibrating. You're entering into a new phase where you're vibrating in a new level of frequency, where you're reaching some sort of nirvana, where whatever happens to your life, to the world, it won't matter that much. And that's why we see a lot of psychic development going on here. We see the Sodalite, the instinct, the psychic development. I feel at this stage of your life, you're really learning to take care of your emotions. And that's why you have the Queen of Cups holding the cup, where every water drop matters. Meaning that your higher self's current advice at this new stage of your life is that every emotion matters. Meaning, don't let the small things affect you. You're learning to navigate that slowly but surely. And like I said, it's a stage that might initially feel like you're learning to do it slowly, but then it goes very quickly. So it's a stage that initially there's, with the 7 of Wands, a bit of mental and psychic exercise to do to vibrate in that frequency, and then it starts becoming your norm and things start moving quickly. You're at that stage, and that's why you have practice makes perfect. That is your higher self's current advice to you, pile number 3. They're saying that every single emotion matters at this stage of your life. Don't fret the small things. Is that the expression? Fret? Sorry. Don't sweat the small things. My goodness gracious. Yeah, so yeah, and it looks like a sweat, doesn't it? So don't sweat the small things. Don't let anything disturb you from that high vibration that you are stepping into, pile number 3. I see your higher self telling you to train your mind at that phase of your life to do that is really going to be working out for you. You've grown a lot. You've learned a lot. In fact, your spirit guides are so excited because you have that one last huge lesson where you're really at the beginning moving slowly, but then quickly towards your higher self. I see with the 9 of Cups, this congratulations, you've opened a new door where from that stage you're living a happy life all throughout your life. Let's read the back of this card again. It was so significant. I knew that this was going to be a deep reading. It says, by doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. And that's exactly it. the things that people say to you, the small stresses and the big stresses of life, the things that happen, you will learn to allow them to happen. They can happen and you can deal with them, no problem. And you're going to be dealing with them anyways. So why deal with them in stress? Why worry too much about it? I feel like this is the stage you're entering, where maybe not everyone is able to apply that yet, or perhaps we all can, but I feel like you're at this stage where you're capable of practicing that and achieving it. Pile number 3. And the reason for that is that you have obviously gone through so much learnings, so much has happened in the past. And with the fire here, I feel like your karma in this lifetime, in the past, may have been rough, and it helped expedite that phase for you, where in the past it might have been really tough, but your whole future is super happy. Pile number 3. So yes, your higher self is really telling you to take things slowly, to enjoy the ride, just like with the swan here. Always reminds me of the goddess Saraswati, who takes her into her magic land of writing and creativity and poetry, such beautiful energy. I see just like the goddess Saraswati and the Queen of Cups. Your higher self telling you to enjoy yourself, enjoy the ride. Let whatever happens, but take it slowly. Don't take it to heart. Deal with it slowly but surely. You'll always realize that by thinking about things intuitively, you'll always get great ideas, great support. And that's why you have the Sodalite as well. And through the tranquil thought, you will always find solutions, and to treat your emotions very carefully. Very carefully. Almost there's this advice of not even letting one water drop. And that's not to make that thought in itself stressful, but really to value your mental state the most above everything else. And that with the 7 of Wands is a practice by taking things easily, believing that that your spirit guides are there for you, the universe is there for you, that things will be okay, and that nothing in the world is worth or has a higher price than your mental state. Pile number 3. Nothing, and that's practice. And I do see here that slowly but surely, pile number 3, that's the Knight of Coins or the Knight of Pentacles, is steadfast energy. Slow but sure. At some point very soon, you'll be reaching a stage where whatever happens in your life, in the world, globally, whatever happens, you are far away from that. You're fine. You're living your life happily. You're accepting everything that's happening. You're living in gratitude. You're fine. You see, with all of these things happening, this person is moving rather slowly. They're fine, looking towards their angel or their higher self. It's like another story than the Tower story, almost, right? So yes, slowly but surely, you'll be vibrating in this frequency. It's almost going to feel magical with the Magician card. You're going to live and experience a magical world. Pile number 3, and that's your current advice, meaning you're stepping into that now. So pile number 3, that was your reading. So inspirational, and I feel very lucky to have had the opportunity to do this reading for someone like you. I always say nothing in the world has a higher price tag than your mental health, and it's something that we're practicing. But I really feel that you're really stepping into that. You're really succeeding and vibrating into that. Slowly but surely, pile number 3 is your higher self's advice. Practice makes perfect. Let your intuition guide your way, knowing that you will always be okay, just like you always were okay, and just like you were always saved. You will continue to be saved, pile number 3. Pile number 3, that was your reading. It is so inspirational. I think this is one of my very favorite readings that I've ever done. One of my very favorites. And I wish you all the best of luck, pile number 3. May you always be blessed. If you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell so that you're notified as soon as a video is uploaded. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 3. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But if you're looking to become more productive and easily, this book has all the secrets and advice on how to become a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And you're all about enjoyment in this stage of your life, pile number 3, aren't you? And so if you're interested in checking it out, this book truly holds true to its promise. You'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love audiobooks. I know I do. And pile number 3, it was such a pleasure. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful yellow Aventurine, as well as the balsamic waning water moon with Disillusion. Interesting. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards and find out what your higher self's current advice to you is. So, we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards first. So you have listen. How interesting to start off the reading with listen. There's a lot of yellow energy here. All right. With the yellow energy, I'm getting positivity. Yeah, I'm getting beautiful energy actually. But let's see what this is about. You have with irrigation, quite interesting. Movement into balance. Okay. You have transform your life. What beautiful energy is that? All right. So on the other side, you have when you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. Interesting that this is also coming with listen, right? So maybe listen with positivity. What you think about will irrigate your mind and emotions. All right, let's explore more, pile number 4. Let's explore more. This looks like an interesting message already. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. You have the 3 of Wands. And I really feel with the 3 of Wands, maternal energy here with the umbilical cord. It's like whatever thoughts you nurture, it's whatever you're going to get. If you nurture beautiful thoughts, then your mind will flourish. It depends on which face or which energy you irrigate. And the 3 of Wands is an energy of all about movement, embarking on something. So moving forward, you transform your life with the thoughts that you provide, with the thoughts that you choose, is what I want to say. And so really this is true. Our thoughts have ultimate effect on how we feel. And by constantly choosing our thoughts, we really transform the way we feel. This is true. I've heard this not from a regular personal development person. I've heard this from a neuroscientist who kept stressing on this point recently. It's really our thoughts and how we train ourselves to think that ultimately and inevitably have a huge effect on how we feel. Pile number 4. And that's what I'm feeling with your message, with listen and irrigation and nurturing. It's really speaking about filling your heart with positivity and good emotions by nurturing your thoughts, being very careful with how you think is your higher self's current message. Pile number 4. Even with your main card, pile number 4, you have the yellow Aventurine, which is all about positivity and confidence and vibrant energy with disillusions. Like, brighten up how you feel by listening to empowering positive thoughts. Reframe how you see situations, but through this reframe, you transform your life. You irrigate your emotions by how you think. And it's a training process here. So, pile number 4, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and I feel your message is quite close to pile number 3. Of course, not entirely, but it's quite close. So if you were drawn to 3 and 4, I wouldn't be surprised. You have, the 6 of Wands with inspiration. 6 of Wands is an energy of success. And I see your higher self is telling you, you might think that this is easier said than done, but science doesn't say that, first of all. Second of all, most importantly, what your higher self is saying is that you will be succeeding at doing that. And the reason I said science is because, like I said, I've heard a neuroscientist speaking about that. All right. So you have strength. So really, pile number 4, your higher self is telling you that you will ultimately succeed at building that type of strength and reversing the way you feel, really by shifting your thoughts and transforming your thoughts. With the Knight of Pentacles, this might feel at the beginning like it's a slow process, but again, the Knight of Pentacles is a steadfast energy, meaning it might feel slow in the beginning, but you're surely progressing. And as you progress, it's going to become your new norm, your new habit, and your new way of thinking. Pile number 4. You have the 5 of Coins, which is the 5 of Pentacles. Interesting 5 of Pentacles. You have the 8 of Cups, moving away from this energy. You have the 9 of Swords. Yeah, we really see the disillusion and the stress and it looks like you are not feeling your best these days, pile number 4. Perhaps there are so many events in your life that are stressing you out, that are causing you to worry, rightfully so, that perhaps you're worried about finances, dealing with certain type of people or certain challenging situations. You feel like with the sheep here, you might need to sacrifice something that you're very worried about, or you're afraid of being sacrificed. Yeah, there's so much going on in your mind, rightfully so, pile number 4. And you have the Hierophant. So with the Hierophant ending your reading here, I feel like this is a time where we learn how to do things, not during the high times, but we learn and we grow strength and we grow during the low times. So it is now that you're advised to overcome this energy, not by saying, hey, I have to overcome this now. Of course not. Leaving this Five of Pentacles energy is not easy, that's for sure. But your higher self is saying that you do actually have the strength of doing that and that you will be successful. Let's take a closer look at your Eight of Cups here and your Five of Pentacles. Usually, the Five of Pentacles is depicted, is depicted as being outside the church, being left out in the cold, choosing to be left alone because you can always get in and find shelter within the church. But here we see that this person is in the church and they may not see it, but there is someone taking care of them. They're looking up in the sky, believing that there's a higher power there for them. And so with this energy of this Five of Pentacles, we see your higher self telling you that you are not alone. You were never left alone. Pile number 4. When things are tough, remember that you can always ask for guidance, that you can always ask for help. That it might look in the 3D that we are alone, but in fact we're not. It's not like that. And know that there is light at the end of the tunnel and that you will be out of this energy quite soon. In fact, here you're depicted as being out. So we can see your higher self telling you, you will be out of this soon. And with transform your life, in fact, I see your higher self telling you, you will be victorious. You'll be out of this energy before you know it. This is going to happen for you. But at the moment, your higher self is here to advise you, to transform your inner world by learning to navigate in the dark before you come out into the light, by having hope with all of this listen and the yellow aventurine. With listen, I feel like despite that this girl is under the ground, you hear signs of things blossoming around you. You may have seen signs and synchronicities. You may have had your guides show you in so many ways that it will be okay. And I see your higher self telling you, listen to that. Yes, there is this illusion that we feel that we are alone, but it's really not true. In the 3D, we might think that we are alone, but in reality and in fact, the truth is that we're not. And especially you, pile number 4, you are not alone. You are supported. See, you do see the woman here behind this person's back. This person may not see it, but feels that they're supported, feels that they're a blessed person who's helped in general, but does not see it at the moment. And so before you know it, you'll be out of this. This is the 8 of Cups. You'll be walking away from this energy, but you're being invited to walk out of it now, internally, before you are out. This way you learn to take control of your own happiness and not to let the outside world dictate how you feel with its highs and its lows, because it's fluctuant energy that goes up sometimes and goes down other times. That's the reality of life. It will always fluctuate. And so to avoid the side effects and the disadvantages of the lows and the highs sometimes as well, we see the idea of taking command of the mind, irrigating our own thoughts and emotions, to shift perspective, to know that everything will always be okay as it always has. There are ups, there are downs. Life ebbs and flows. But at the end of the day, we move towards our journey. Things are always okay at the end, whether in this lifetime or the next. But in your reading, you have the Six of Wands with success. There is this promise that very soon you're out. You'll be victorious from this energy. You will feel at your best with this beautiful energy of Six of Wands and the yellow Aventurine. Listen to the signs and the synchronicities. Know that you will be okay, pile number 4. Let your thoughts, your hope, your gratitude, and your empowering thoughts of what can I do now to make myself in a better place, to transform my life. These types of empowering thoughts are going to expedite this slow journey for you, whether you are where you come out of this journey victorious, in command of how you feel, where you no longer sacrifice your emotions and your well-being because of the situation to get out of a situation, to stay hopeful, connected at all times, powerful, whether life is at its high or as it's low. And as you vibrate higher and irrigate your emotions, this frequency will keep you at your best and at your high, will manifest things into your life, will make you victorious and happy at all times. There's this opposite energy to the Nine of Swords, where we're afraid of being sacrificed, we're afraid of whatever might happen to us. And with the Six of Wands, we're feeling on top of the world, we're feeling powerful, we're feeling victorious. And it's all about nurturing that type of energy. First of all, attracting it to us and feeling okay emotionally and mentally, despite of everything happening on the outside. That is the message that I see from your higher self and the advice at the moment, pile number 4. What I'm also seeing with the Hierophant is that you have the key within your heart. The Hierophant is also a card about commitment. And one should not expect that they will spring out of this energy all of a sudden. Yes, of course you can straight away shift your emotions, but without noticing, we tend to go back into it. And so by committing to adjust our thoughts every time we notice ourselves getting into it, right away thinking, what can I do to make this better, to make my situation better? Remind yourself to believe that there are promises and that you will be getting out of it, to vibrate in gratitude, to not allow anything to take higher value than your own mental well-being and your own happiness. To commit to that thought is what will shift this cycle, reverse this cycle where you are in control of your thoughts and your emotions, your well-being, despite the ebbs and flows of life. If you're happy, that's great. If things are challenging, that's fine. You'll go through it anyways, but you'll go through it while being in peace and serenity, pile number 4. That is your message with Transform Your Life, pile number 4. I know you're going to do it because centering your reading is the Six of Wands and the Strength. You are going to be doing that very soon. You are capable of doing that. That's what your higher self is telling you. All the best of luck, my dear pile number 4. I know you are going to live a beautiful, victorious, strong, and happy life. May you always be blessed, pile number 4. That was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell so that you're notified when a video is uploaded. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. Pile number 4, this book could really help you release stress. And the reason for that is that this book teaches you how to become a productive person right away while enjoying that process. And sometimes when we tick things off our list and take action on the things that are stressing us out, and having that sort of power really takes stress off of our life. So that could really be helpful for you, pile number 4. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process as I've mentioned. And if you're interested in that, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. And now there's also an audiobook if you enjoy audiobooks like me. Pile number 4, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.